Welcome to another episode of Almost the Weekend. I'm Besa Gordon.
And I'm Curtis Delgado II, a.k.a. Cuddy.
And today is going to be a very, very nice show. Of course, we will have your weekend warm-up. Cuddy is going to give you another nice artist corner. And we're going to be joined by Logic, a man of the Griot Party. And he's going to be talking to us about his Poetry Emotion Ball that's going down next week. In the meantime, between time, you already know what time it is. Up first, we're going to toss it on over to Cuddy for the weekend warm-up.
Yep, and kicking us off on the weekend warm-up, we're going to tap in with my guys at Garment Radio, presented by B. Hayes and DJ Garment. This is a wine and music style event, pretty much a tasteful experience to say the least. This is going to be Friday, October 17th at Home Team Seattle in Pioneer Square from 8 p.m. till close. You can find the link to RSVP at Garment.radio on Instagram. And next, we got the 206 Fresh Fit competition. I thought this one was lit because it's the first of its kind that I've seen, but this is brought to you by That's So Mavin and Jaden MR on Instagram. It's a fresh fit competition, so bring your best fit. It'll be judged by Seattle's freshest, and there will be prizes given away. This is also happening on Friday, October 17th at Cal Anderson Park, right by the fountain at 3:30 p.m. There's no ticket link required. However, bring your best fit for participation and clearly be on time. Next, we got a free community workout. This is brought to you by my family, my Cuddy. Hey, Latanya, with Spoon-Fed Training. This is a free community workout open to all fitness levels. This is happening Saturday, October 18th at Fabletics at the South Center Mall. This will be taking place at 8 a.m. to about 10 p.m. If you want to sign up, make sure to click that link in bio at spoonfed_training. And lastly, wrapping up the weekend, we got Daz Deal Meal, brought to you by my boy Daz and Buddy's Chicken and Waffles of Tacoma. This is a celebration of National Chicken and Waffle Day happening on Sunday, October 19th at the Sure House parking lot. That is 910 South I Street in Tacoma from 12 to 5 p.m. There's no ticket link, but there will be food trucks available, a live DJ, and a community pantry pop-up to give back to local families, so make sure you tap in. And planning ahead, there will be a live concert featuring Too Short, Warren G, Exhibit, Young Jock, and more, brought to you by Live LA Events. This will be happening Saturday, November 8th at Angel of the Winds Arena in Everett. So make sure to get your ticket links via Ticketmaster. And an event little reminder before I get out of here, I just want to remind you, Scarioke, brought to you by Eloquent and our boy Eric, with the Halloween karaoke happening November 1st. And you already know, if you want that location, RSVP in that link. Early bird tickets are sold out already, but there's $35 tickets available, and the price does go up at the door. So tap in.
Scorpio season events are lit. We got Too Short and more. We got the Eloquent event that's going down with Eric. We got Doechii coming into town.
Come on.
Kevin Gates is going to be here.
Sheesh. Ooh, hold on. Also in November, we got Rex Life Raj. Don't do that.
Like I said.
It's up.
Like I said, November.
It's up.
So these November events are a schmoot.
Come on.
Let's get into my events. So first of all, child, is this in order? Yeah, it's in order. This Friday, we have Mikey Winfield. He's going to be over in Enumclaw for the premiere stand-up comedy. This is happening over at Gillette Theater. He was actually on America's Got Talent and The Office. You're able to grab those tickets on over at Eventbrite. We all love a good comedy moment, right? Then you also have a braiding workshop series. This is going down Friday from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. And it's going to be happening at my girl Matisse Beauty Supplies spot over in Tacoma. I think that's dope because there's a lot of us that still don't know how to like properly braid hair, especially when you're adding weaves into it. So I think this is a great opportunity for you to do some family bonding and learn some new skills. You can also grab these tickets on over at Eventbrite. Now, also, you have on Saturday the Little Brown Girls Gold and Juicy Crab Boil over at Medier Brewing Company over on Cherry Street. Now, as you guys saw last week, me and Cuddy were living our best lives, eating, slurping, freaking shrimp, crab, mussels, all the things. So you definitely don't want to be late for that. And I say you don't want to be late because it is until it sells out. And it will sell out. This is going to be going down, and thank you for looking this up earlier, Cuddy, from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. And then also, you might even want to go on over to thatbrowngirl.com/special-orders-events in order to reserve your bowl, because, yeah, you don't want to get there and then all of a sudden all the crab is gone. Don't do that to yourself. Then also, you have the Tacoma Murder Mystery Solve the Case. You know, I got to do something Halloween every single time, right? It's that time of year. This is being done by Questo Outdoor Exploration Games and Tours. So it says, become a detective for a day and solve a murder case. Explore the city, follow traces, crack puzzles, and collect evidence and catch the killer. Obviously, there's not a real killer, so I think that this is something that we might be able to get Cuddy to pull up to.
You know, I'm going to get in my little Sherlock Holmes bag.
There's no haunted people floating around this particular one.
Come on. We can solve the mystery.
This is happening over at Printer Station 3. And of course, this is also in Tacoma. Now, lastly, this is a save the date. It's happening October 24th. This is Familiar Faces party over at Voo Lounge. Look, I haven't been to a Familiar Faces party because this is one of those parties, kind of like the R&B only, where it goes all over the country. And so, October 24th, Voo Lounge. You want to grab your tickets. I would actually go onto their Instagram, which is Instagram.com/Familiar Faces Party. 21 plus, hip hop, Southern classics, R&B, Afro beats, and dance hall. And as you can see on the video, it is going to be a schmoody wood. They definitely bring out the vibes. And sometimes I think it just be a few of us that don't know about these because we end up seeing them on Instagram. So I'm telling you now because I have a feeling that this is going to sell out a little bit early. And I don't want for you to all of a sudden be at the door trying to get in and you're like, man, why are the tickets sold out? I gave you a warning. Now, with that being said, that is my last event of the week.
Hey, I think we warmed them up kind of nice.
I think so too. Shoot. And we have even more warm-ups for you because coming up next, we are going to go to a quick break. But before we do, I want to remind you guys, I don't know about you, but traffic has been trafficking lately. We have a lot of things going on, different games, different concerts. Just like me and Cuddy were talking about earlier, there's a lot of great things going on in the city. So if you have been sick of dealing with the traffic, child, just use the metro, okay? You got metro buses. You got the light rail. You got the Link light rail. You got the water taxi. You have options to get around all the traffic and still be able to live your best life.
You just got to let them know KC Metro is the way to go.
Big facts. And also, it's not expensive. These Ubers cost too much.
Facts. And it's super convenient.
Yeah, right? Especially if you're like in the downtown area, you can even park somewhere and then hop on a bus, hop on a light rail, and then continue to live on about your day and not have to worry about parking because we all know parking in the city is crazy. So with that being said, look, you guys, we are going to go to a quick commercial break, but when we return, Cuddy has your artist corner for the week. Of course, you're watching Almost the Weekend.
All right, y'all, welcome back to Almost the Weekend. I'm your co-host, Cuddy, and I'm back with another piece of free game. So this one's all things face card. How valid is your face card, and what opportunities and room is your face card able to cash in at? Now, I just say this because when it comes to first impression, you only get one of them. And so I just want artists to take into consideration when it comes to the way that they present themselves, whether it be via the information they disclose in their bio or what you post on your socials. All of those things need to be considered in the sense that, hey, when a business or a venue, these are the type of things that they're looking at. So you just want to make sure that you're giving yourself the best foot forward and able to, hey, unlock the best opportunities for you. You don't want to limit yourself. So it's no knock to any lifestyle because at the end of the day, art is art. You just want to make sure, hey, like I said, you're giving yourself the best foot forward. All right, that's another piece of free game and another segment of the Artist Corner. We're about to go to a quick commercial break, but when we come back, we'll be joined by Logic Amen to talk about a new event he got. So stay tuned. You're watching Almost the Weekend.
Chicago. Celebrating more than 25 years of Broadway razzle-dazzle. The Associated Press calls Chicago the most entertaining musical of the decade. Paint the town again. Chicago the Musical. We're hotter than ever.
October 22nd through November 2nd. Get tickets at stgpresents.org.
Welcome back to Almost the Weekend. I'm your co-host, Curtis Delgado II, a.k.a. Cuddy. And joining me now is Logic Amen, poet, creator, and the force behind the Griot Party Experience. He is getting ready to host a powerful night called the Poetry and Motion Ball, happening on October 25th at the Royal Esquire Club. It's all about community, culture, and creativity coming together in one unforgettable experience. Now, let's see what it's all about. Come on, Logic, Amen.
Yeah.
Appreciate you joining us.
Yeah, what's
today,
up, partner?
Always a pleasure to have you in, OG. How you doing today?
Man, you know, I'm just enjoying this fall. The transition of the seasons should represent, you know, the transitions you're making too in your life. You know what I'm saying? You should be, you know what I mean? You know, shedding off all that, you know, that dead skin,
Absolutely.
you know what I'm saying? That dead weight, whether it be food, whether it be people, whatever. Like, so I'm just loving this fall season, man. You
That's
know what I'm
real.
saying? Making that transition. Got my hoodie on and
Come
my
on, you
blazers.
see I got mine on too.
Yeah,
It's a little chilly
yeah,
out there.
yeah.
But yeah, so I got to tell the people a little bit about the event before, but I just wanted, you know, just for you to give the people, for anyone who hasn't been to the Poetry and Motion Ball, or just in general, what can you tell them about it, and how does it tie into the overall just Griot Party experience?
Right. Yeah, thanks for asking. You know, I wanted, like I said before, I've been all over the world, specifically down south. I've been to the Mardi Gras festivities. I had the pleasure of going there last year for my born day, and people don't understand how much those festivities is rooted in, just indigenous spiritual systems, Christianity, but also Black culture. Right. A lot of our music, the way we talk, the way we dress, and our value system comes out of the South, specifically New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? That was a spot where, you know, Marie Laveau did, you know, her voodoo, and voodoo was the main premise that inspired and was the catalyst for the Haitian Revolution. So when you go down there, you see all these images. You know, you see something called the Zulu Ball, and you see these people who represent something of a complicated past with the face paint, you know, so like, man, what is that? Blackface. And you see all these things that if you just pick up these breadcrumbs and these Easter eggs, it'll send you down a rabbit hole. Right. So I wanted to bring that experience to Seattle, where we dress up, you know what I'm saying, as Black folks, as marginalized, vulnerable communities, and all our allies. This ain't just for Black folks, this is for everybody, because, you know, places like the Esquire Club was inspired by places called like the Black and Tan by Russell Noodle Smith. So where we blended together under the umbrella of creativity and music, and having fun by eating and drinking responsibly. So I wanted to bring that experience to us. How often do we have the opportunity outside of going to court and church?
Right.
Of dressing up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I want people to be out and be like, man, I'm gonna go get my indigo, you know, my bracelet, because you know that's the theme for the ball is indigo blue, because that has like a spiritual connection. I know you're probably gonna ask about that. But I just wanted something for us to cement, like, I can't wait to the, you know what I'm saying, the Griot Party Poetry and Motion Ball happens, just like people be anticipating the Zulu Ball during the Mardi Gras festivities in New Orleans.
Absolutely. And then you touched base a little bit and kind of hinted at the theme as far as dress code and everything. I understand this is going to be more of an upscale like event. So if you just want to go into a little further about like just the importance of the theme and just how you're being intentional with the indigo and everything like that, and just the meaning behind it.
Right. Well, first of all, when you go down that rabbit hole, like I said, when you go down south and then you study how we party, is connected to our culture, which is connected to our struggle, which is connected to our freedom and liberation, you'll find out. Now, you go all over the world all over the country during this season, you'll see that there's homecomings. Right. Homecomings comes out of the enslaved experience of Black folks who celebrated when they were reunited with their family members who were captured and sold off on auction blocks. So that's where they get the whole thing. For these universities and the high schools, don't let them fool you. Study your history. They got that from enslaved black folks celebrating their liberation.
I went to a HBCU and they didn't even tell us that.
Yeah. So the science behind incorporating the indigo blue, we picked indigo blue. Indigo was a plant, just like tobacco, just like cotton, that we picked, right, while we were enslaved, that we used. And we have to do our research. I'm pretty sure it was an enslaved person that figured it out. But we used it, and we used to dye fabric blue. And that went on to be the color of the, you know what I'm saying, Union uniforms.
Come on, yeah.
They wore the color blue.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that also represents our freedom. But in voodoo or hoodoo spiritual system, indigenous spiritual systems out of West Africa, but also indigenous to America, the color blue represents a higher consciousness, but also protection. Back in the day in the South, especially in the Gullah Geechee community, they used to paint their window shades blue, and that was to ward off and be in defense of hate spirits, right? So that's where that whole thing from blue, I would make the connection, that's where blues music comes from. That we play the music, you know what I'm saying, called the blues, to drive away the evil spirits. So, but in, then those spiritual systems, it's a form of higher consciousness and protection. So, it's playing on that Sinners thing too. Know what I'm saying? From the movie Sinners, that's why he was singing the blues.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's why, certain people weren't allowed into the party, but the vampire represents certain things. It's to scare away the people who have intentions to be bloodsuckers and parasitics, you know what I'm saying, of, our struggle and our brilliance.
Absolutely. And then now I just wanted to touch base on just some of the different elements that this event will be bringing. I know you wanted to speak to that specifically. There's going to be poetry, it'll be live music, but I'll let you tell them a little more.
So listen, y'all, wherever the camera is, where am I going? Look, there's going to be a little bit of spoken word. I don't want y'all to think, oh, I'm walking in this thing, all they going to do is just get on the bike. Nah, man, my guy, DJ Sean Malik, is going to be playing the cuts. The main objective of this night is to dance, network, drink, and eat. And then we're going to have a little spoken word here and there. I got a piece that I'm working on. And we're going to have Phil on the keyboards. We're going to have Ibrahim on the core. But the main thing is to come and network in peace, for us to unite instead of fight, to come together during these times where it feels like they're trying to really, really, pull a clamp down on our creativity and our ability to come together in solidarity. So that's the main thing, is to come together in solidarity, eat, drink, have fun, and listen to music, man. And let's network too.
That's real. That's real. And I also understand that the Poetry and Motion Ball has a catered dinner and just VIP booths and stuff available.
Yes,
so
yes.
What can guests look forward to in terms of the full experience of this?
Man, that is thank you for bringing that up. Unfortunately, all the booths are sold out, but you can still get you a table.
To have.
Yeah, man, you can still get you a table, and you can still get some tickets for the VIP room. So that's all tiered out in Eventbrite. And I'm sure you're gonna post access to Eventbrite, but you got to get your tickets. You got to get them fast. There's only a certain amount of room that's allowed in the Esquire Club. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to, break any fire codes or anything, because it's going to be hot.
Come on. That's beautiful, man.
But yeah, it's going to be a catered meal and stuff like that. So that comes with your ticket.
Okay.
So yeah, it's going to be a catered meal, and just y'all stay tuned, man. If we might have some giveaways coming up in a little bit, and might have to give away some complimentary tickets just to show my love towards the city, man. Let's put these classic ball gala experiences on the map here in Seattle.
Absolutely. And then, just lastly, I just wanted to ask you what's the overall message that you want the people to leave with as they come and endure and experience this one-of-a-kind event? What's the message you want for the people?
That's a good question. I think the overall message is, while we're under attack culturally, and spiritually and politically in so many places in the United States. Instead of fighting, we need to start uniting. You know what I'm saying? Unite, you know what I'm saying, to fight. And sometimes the best form of self-defense is just to unite. You know what I'm saying? Because we know that self-defense is as natural as your immune system. But if we came together as a people, we wouldn't necessarily be more likely to jeopardize and compromise our freedom if we just came together as a people. So, unite to fight, or unite instead of fighting,
Right.
That's my main thing with this. It's like we're under attack in so many different ways. I know people have been, seeing different things about me, in the news and whatnot. You can go down that rabbit hole. But instead of like us like trying to hurt our opposition, it's better for us to be kind to each other.
Right. Together each achieve more,
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Yep. And so, before we get out of here, I mean, you gave them a little more details and everything, but I just want you to, just one more time, where they can get tickets, where they can continue to follow you for more events, just let the people know.
Man, thank you. So, it's October 25th at the Royal Esquire Club in the historic Columbia City, district of Seattle, Washington. October 25th, doors open at 7 p.m. We're going to be rocking until midnight. That's when the cherry is going to turn back into the pumpkin. So make sure you get y'all tickets. It's on Eventbrite. Make sure you contact me if you have any questions or anything like that. If you need a scholarship or anything. We just trying to get as many people up in that door as possible. October 25th, Royal Esquire Club, doors open at 7 p.m. Hey, the pumpkin is gonna, it's gonna come alive, at 12 midnight. So make sure y'all there and come support, the Griot Party Experience Poetry and Motion Ball.
Absolutely. Well, you guys heard it here first. October 25th, it is going down. Logic, again, I appreciate you coming to bless us. You already know, man. And so when we come back from this commercial break, we'll be rejoined by my good sis Besa, and we'll be going in with our weekend picks. So make sure to stay tuned.
Go Mariners!
Come on, go.
Go Mariners!
Absolutely. So stay tuned, and we're watching Almost the Weekend.
Peace.
Welcome back to Almost the Weekend. I'm
Welcome
Besa
back.
Gordon.
And I am Cuddy.
And Eric is cutting up in the corner.
Come on, man.
Look, friends, it is time for our weekend picks.
Yep.
And I feel like for once, not even for once, child, we always have like these moments where we have the same weekend pick, but I feel like this is an obvious one.
1, 2, 3.
Crab boil.
Yep. You already know.
We will be seeing you at Medier on Cherry Street this Saturday. I'm going to try to get there at 3 o'clock because I want my crab boil as soon as possible. And I already know the line is already going to be lining. And I don't want anybody running out of the crab, the shrimp. I don't want anyone running out of anything. And I definitely don't need her running out of my garlic butter sauce because I wanted to get there at 6 o'clock and be late.
Facts. Be there or be hungry. That's what I'm going to tell you.
Be there or watch
And
me
Chef
eating.
Lynn, I just want to let you know, hey, see, I want to be in the back. All right, let me just be in the back with you, keep you some company, and just keep refilling my bowl. We gonna
Well, you know she's going to be outside.
Oh, well, I'm outside with her then. We outside.
Behind the table
we
with her.
outside. Come on, I'm behind the table. I'll pass you some stuff. And then, man, I just need the unlimited garlic sauce, and, it's all good.
All is well. Now, is that all you're doing this weekend?
Oh, no. I'm definitely going to Garment Radio. Shout out to my boy B. Hayes because we are celebrating you in your birthday. Shout out to you and another year around the sun, my boy.
I know that's right. Well, shoot, you have our weekend picks. You also have some dope things that you can also do in other parts of the weekend and some save the dates, okay?
Come on.
And in the meantime, in between time, you guys already know what I'm about to say. You can definitely keep up with me on social media at Besa Gordon. If you want to do advertising on Almost the Weekend, you can email advertise@whereweconverge.com. And once again, friendly reminder, there's a lot of things going on in the city. Don't have yourself stuck in traffic. Take Metro, take the light rail, or take a water taxi. And you can't go wrong with a water taxi. Like, who don't want those views?
Facts. And you guys can keep up with me at Cuddy the Sensei, CUDDYTHA Sensei on Instagram. And if you want to submit your event so it can be posted on our website, go to events@whereweconverge.com. And I also want to let you know, speaking of Instagram, make sure to follow us on Instagram at Almost the Weekend PNW. We're going to continue to keep you updated just in case you miss something. And you never know what we got in store. So tap in.
Abso-freaking-stinking-lutely. Well, with that being said, you guys, look, that is it for this week's episode of Almost the Weekend. Hopefully you found something good. Make sure you tell your friends about the show. And until next week, you already know what time it is. You know why?
Because it's almost the weekend.
It's almost the weekend. Peace.